news on October 6th. Trump's Access Hollywood tape is playing on a loop on the National Mall in D.C. A large screen has been playing Trump's scandalous Access Hollywood tape on a loop in the National Mall on Washington on Friday after it was placed there by a women's advocacy group. And now we have people suggesting, hey, we're overplaying the Harvey thing. Back off a bit. Mrs. Clinton can't help. It's funny. She's been doing interviews all over the place, not looking good. Sorry to notice, but you can't miss it. I mean, it is what it is, right? And predator in the White House right now. And that, I think, gives us a hint as to how the Democrats and the media and the left are now going to transition out of the Harvey story and have it become, they're going to try to make it the Trump story, have it sexual predators are bad guys, and if we got to send them to sex rehab in Arizona, then isn't Trump next? This is what they're going to try. It isn't going to work. They've got to be frustrated as all get out. And if they keep reviving things that are variations of all of their tactics that exist in their playbook, they're going to continue. Of which Trump continues. Last week, I mentioned this on Friday, and I didn't spend enough time on it. I mentioned it in the last half hour of the program. Trump's week last week was precisely why he was elected. And his week last week, not just in blowing up all of the Obama legacy, the subsidies to the insurance companies and the left is predictably outraged, claiming Trump is going to kill people. People are going to die. Even though all that's happened here is that Trump has inserted the rule of law in this. Obama's executive action ordering federal government subsidies and paybacks to insurance companies for paying for premiums for poor people was unconstitutional. It is illegal. And all Trump did was say so. He simply said it's unconstitutional and I am issuing an executive order here that removes these subsidies. And now we're back within the confines of the Constitution. And they are uniform. You talk about robots. Sports drive-bys from Yahoo, from Sports Illustrated, from ESPN, you name it. Doesn't matter. And it would seem someone like L. Michaels, do you believe in miracles, should have. Now, how many people do you think who heard Michaels say that last night had a, oh my God, she's laughing, and oh my God, and had a vapor nervous breakdown. But it's news source now. The top levels of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Hello, Montgomery. They dominated with bots. Simple explanation of a bot is exactly what I just explained to you. You take an algorithm, you have 2 or 3 people, 10 people writing tweets, and those tweets then get sent out by what appears to be thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And the drive-bys look at it, whoa, Twitter is blowing up. And they think the nation is outraged. And their bots for this express purpose. The media then tunes in, sees what's there, and makes a news story out of it. And it is phony, and it's designed as a kind of like an Instapoll on public opinion, with Twitter as the respondent universe. Well, the only problem with it is that none of it's scientific, and nobody knows what's real and what's from bots, and nobody knows who the people really are that are offering all this supposed mock outrage. But given what the outrage is about, you can guarantee that it's the left. Was it? As a phony representation of public opinion. Losing the presidency, and right, didn't Twitter make it look like Trump was losing supporters left and right? Wasn't it Twitter that made everybody think the Access Hollywood NBC tape with Trump on it meant disaster and doom? Opinion. And just like their real polls that they take, they lie to themselves about what public opinion is and end up with it. And they are now routinely shocked and dismayed. Listen, and it's, if you look at the late night comedians now, late night comedians are claiming they can't joke about Weinstein because you can't joke about sex harassment. Trump happens to be involved. You can if Clarence Thomas happened to be involved. And you can make jokes if people like Bob Packwood are involved. Object is a top Democrat donor, fundraiser, and supporter pervert. And then those people once again skirted past the issue of Harvey Weinstein on Saturday night. I mean, to me, the phoniness of Twitter is obvious if you just look at their trending tweets. They are seldom anything that real-life people get a rat's rear end about. I was directed there. The top tweets trending on Twitter right now are the new Black Panthers, something called Monday Motivation, and National Boss Day. Really? Those are the three top trending items on Twitter. Is it any wonder Twitter cannot make any money? Stop and think of this, folks. Revenue you should be able to create via the sale of advertising. They can't monetize Twitter. And Twitter is cited free of charge by the drive-by media. How many times a day? How many times are you reading a news story and you'll see somewhere in it what somebody, usually famous, said on Twitter? It has encouraged and added to the laziness of journalism in general.